Hey, Jeep is going in the right direction. And as things begin to advance, and as batteries get lighter, and the range gets longer, the sky's the limit, folks. This is great things that Jeep is doing. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and enjoy this video. Stellantis is getting ready for electrification, and they're moving in that direction. An EV Dodge muscle car is in the future. An EV Ram truck is confirmed for 2024. Now, these products get your adrenaline moving. But during an earnings call in the first half of 2021 profits, Stellantis showed off a product roadmap that gives a better insight into the company more immediate future. They have plans for multiple brands for now until 2023. We know that Dodge planned on revealing a plug-in hybrid model next year in the 2022. But Stellantis' first AllElectric Jeep is going to arrive in the first half of 2023 with an EV model, which is straight up awesome news. Now, the Wrangler is the most educated guess that it's going to be. And some of us think it's going to be the Magneto concept, which looks quite awesome. And a lot of people think that it's named after the Marvel action hero. I'm thinking, is it Marvel or is it DC? I'm sort of slow on that. I don't think it's Marvel, but I think it's DC. But regardless of what, it's an exciting name. Now, the PHEV models are going to play a major role in Jeep foreseeable future and moving in that direction, including a new variant that's coming later this year, the Grand Cherokee 4xe, which is likely the PHEV model that's going to be a part of Stellantis' plan for electrification. Now, as for the Chrysler and Ram products, it's something different. Now, we all know that the Ram EV isn't stated to arrive until 2023. Stellantis has shown zero interest in a Chrysler Ram as being competitive in the PHEV and EV world within the next 2 years. But let's see what happens until 2024. But I tell you, Jeep is awesome, folks. And great things are happening. Just in the Jeep world period, in the off-road world, this is fantastic news. A lot of us will be using our vehicles in the city, some in the mountains. Of course, in the city, you got to get to work. And in the mountains, but this baby looks good in all different settings. I like the blue recovery points. It's just definitely nice. The nice color letting you know that this is electric. Now, Jeep is focusing on an electric future, and this is just the beginning. The Jeep Wrangler can trace its roots all the way back to World War II, which gives it that connection, that emotional connection, more of a patriotic nature, and gives it the charm that it needs to be successful in the EV market as well. The adherence to the past and traditions is really important, and that's what makes the Jeep Wrangler 4xe plug-in hybrid a very, very interesting piece of work. And it gives it that connection to customers, I must say consumers, and it also expresses longevity in the brand. So in the EV world, it's going in the right direction, folks. 370 horsepower in this baby, 470 pound-feet of torque. Straight out impressive. Let's look at that. That's nothing but enjoyment. You're talking about 49 miles per gallon in this 4xe. It can drive up to 21 miles on electric power alone. which they say is more than the Volvo XC90. Boy, oh boy, the quietness is something else. The 4xe is just It's just shocking in more ways than one. What a great presence. Now the 4xe is entirely a new model, joining the four-door lineup in the United States. It's available in a few trims: the Sahara, the Rubicon, and the high altitude. It takes care of business off-road, and the 4xe is well equipped and old school as well. The instant torque from the twin electric motors, which you hear here, is awesome. This is perfect for off-roading. It allows for maximum wadding through the water at depths of up to 30 inches. And that's what differentiated from the other models as well. I remember I saw just recently what made the news that people in China, I guess it was a flood, and they were driving their Teslas just like boats. It just tells you how well sealed up it is underneath. And I guess they advised from no one not to ever do that, but it's great just to know that the water wadding in this baby is 30 inches. On hybrid trims, of course, is a high altitude 4xe plug-in hybrid, the Sahara 4xe plug-in hybrid, and the Rubicon 4xe plug-in hybrid, which we see here. 188.4 inches on wheelbase, 118.4 inches. This is just the future. The future of EVs with Jeep is pretty good, and they're moving in the right direction. Or must I say they're evolving in the right direction. Well, the engine in this baby, of course, is a 2.0 liter turbo inline 4 and hybrid, 8-speed transmission, and a 4x4 drivetrain. And when they go all electric, it's just going to make things easier and take a lot out of the equation. I mean, just look at this. This is fantastic. The price for this baby is $53,505 for the Rubicon 4xe. That's an increase. And on the high altitude, of course, being $55,625. Of course, these exclude the destination charge of $14.95. Boy, that 4xe is doing great with this would be a great rock crawler with those electric motors. It's a cool sound to hear the metal scratching against rock. Oh, the rock slider's just doing its job. I don't even know if this has rock sliders, but I think all the Jeeps do. It has to have it. It's an off-roader. But you can definitely see it. You know, I'm just saying this part is just rubbing against it. They have to have protection. Now, most of the warranties on these babies is always 3 year, 36,000 miles for basic drivetrains, 5 year, 60,000. Corrosion, 5 year, unlimited miles, and roadside assistance, 5 year, 60,000 miles. And you have 3 year unlimited miles as far as maintenance. Boy, oh boy, what a design and what a presence. What the future holds. And this is what this video is all about, what the future holds for the EVs in the Jeep market. It's going to be fantastic because that emotional appeal is there in the design and everything else. The same thing that's also in the Bronco. But the Jeep is just more established because they never left. What a beautiful Jeep. And the Jeep dragging the Wrangler into a new era. And that's what this EV segment's doing. It's taking it into the silent mode. Silent off-road driving, which is awesome. Better gas mileage in this baby than a standard Wrangler, and an impressive all-electric range of 21 miles. And that immediate torque, like we talked about rock crawling, it's a whole new different game. And in the midst of all that, it still has the design. It still has that World War II feel. And it handles like a Wrangler. It really does, but a lot of people think it doesn't. And the negative part about EVs is that it has the increased weight. And it's going to cost a lot more than the V6. And so I imagine the EVs, they're going to cost a lot more in the first development. But soon, with the electrification worldwide here in the United States and worldwide, the price is eventually going to come down. That's awesome news, folks. This is the Automotive Reviews. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, and subscribe.
Jeepster Magneto. This is probably one of the most interesting vehicles we've ever worked on for the Safari. This is a battery electric vehicle. So it doesn't have a gas engine anymore. That's been removed, and to be clear, it's a retrofit. We started with a two-door Jeep Rubicon. There are a multitude of batteries in this vehicle, and the whole reason for doing this was just to see what does a battery electric Jeep do in the off-road environment of Moab. Magneto is set to be kind of a test bed for us to answer those questions that we have curiosities about. We left the great Jeep articulating suspension in place. It has the Rubicon axles, the Dana 44s front and rear. The transfer case, the 4-to-1 Rubicon transfer case stays in place. And most notably, the 6-speed manual stays in place. And the reason we did that was to we get kind of the best of both worlds of the automatic transmission off-road and the manual transmission. So off-road, I can do lots of gear selection with the manual transmission, including the low range. I don't have to worry about the clutch, so I get the direct feel of a manual transmission off-road, but the ease of drivability of the automatic transmission. The fact that you don't have to slip the clutch to get over rocks or etc. like that, because the engine can't stall. When the power, the torque is delivered, it's early, down low before the vehicle revs up. Interesting, usually when things go bad off-road, you rely on the power of an electric winch to get you out of a bad situation. The name Magneto itself is really derived from the power in electric vehicles, the magnets, and it's one magnet trying to get to the other. And it's a great torque delivery. We can drive this vehicle at very, very low speeds with high torque. And it's, again, a curiosity thing that we want to go to Moab with and share it, honestly, quite openly, and try it out in different terrain. So look for it in Moab, Utah, for us to be really testing and trying this vehicle out.
Hey you guys, Say Automotive Reviews. Remember, like, share, subscribe. And thanks for coming to the channel. I appreciate you. Until then, we out.